things stand with Iran? The U.S. has got sizable military assets.
Watching Iran. You know, we have a lot of ships going that direction, just in case. We have a big flotilla going in that direction, and we'll see what happens. Big force. We have a big force going toward Iran. I'd rather not see anything happen, but we're watching them very closely. I stopped 837 hangings on Thursday. They would have been dead. Every one of them would have been hung. This is like from 1,000 years ago. This is an ancient culture. Very smart people, by the way, but it's an ancient culture. 837, mostly young men, were going to be hung on Thursday. And I said, if you hang those people, you're going to be hit harder than you've ever been hit. It'll make what we did to your Iran nuclear look like peanuts. And an hour before this horrible thing was going to take place, they canceled it. And they actually said they canceled it. They didn't postpone it. They canceled it. So that was a good sign. But we have an armada. We have a massive fleet heading in that direction. And maybe we won't have to use it. We'll see.
Would you like the supreme leader to step down or to go into exile?
Right now. I don't want to get into that. But they know what we're looking at.
You said today that they want
There's a lot of killing going on.
You said today they want to talk and we'll talk. So if you set something up and they asked you to...
Yeah, I do. I would.
What would happen?
But, you know, we've talked to them a lot. They should have made a deal before we hit them with the nuclear, because we really, that was a devastating hit. That whole area is out of play. And if they try and do it again, they're going to have to go to another area. We'll hit them there too, just as easily, much more easily. Because that was very advanced. They were building that for 10 years. And they'd have to start anew. So, you know, there was a total obliteration.
Are you still planning to go ahead with those tariffs that you had mentioned? And on the secondary tariffs for those affected by businesses in Iran, the 25% tariffs?
I am doing that, yeah. We're doing that. If you do business with Iran, you're going to have a tariff of 25%.
And when should that go into effect?
Back very soon.
Do you think there's a possibility that the UK or France could join the Board of Peace?
Well, I think they're going to want to. Well, look, most countries, some countries have a prohibition and they're going to their legislatures and getting out. In most countries, the prime minister or the president can sign. You saw a lot of them today. Don't forget, the letter only went out 2 days ago. We had almost 30 people already at very important countries. But there are some countries like Italy who told me she wants to sign. She wants to be desperately, but I think she has to go back to her legislative branch, and we have that with Poland too. He said we want to. I mean, I was the one that endorsed him. He's great, by the way. He's doing a great job, Carol. But he has to get an approval. Some have to get an approval, some don't. Most don't, but some do. They have, a legal requirement to get an approval.
Do you envision being chairman of the Board of Peace past your second term in office?
I have the right to be if I want. I'll decide, see what happens. But they'd like me to be. It's in theory for life, but I'm not sure I want that. But it's going to do great work with Gaza and maybe other things. You know, it could be beyond Gaza. And we'll work in terms of with the United Nations, who I've always said the United Nations has great potential, but they have not lived up to them. And I say 8 wars and I never spoke to them. You'd think I would have spoken to them a lot. But the United Nations has great potential. I think working with the Board of Peace is going to be a good thing for the United Nations.
Can you tell us who your Fed pick is?
Said a couple of days ago that there would be something in the works where you could take money out of your 401k to help on purchasing a home. Is that something that the administration is working on?
I'm not a huge fan of. Other people like it. They're talking about taking money out to put a deposit down in a home. And one of the reasons I don't like it is that their 401ks are doing so well. You know, 401ks are up 80, 90% in some cases. And, you know, you're talking about a lot of people. We're talking about very mainstream. And they're really doing, and the housing market's good, but the 401ks are doing much better than the housing market. I like keeping their 401ks in great shape. I like keeping their 401ks. I'm not a huge fan of putting down a deposit. I'm not. I'm so happy with the way 401ks are doing. But yeah, people tell me they're up 88%. And over the period of a year, over a full year, it's going to be, I mean, it's going to be close to 100%. Yeah, Steve.
Subscribe to One India and never miss an update. Download the One India app now.